In a land far from anything lies a factory unlike any other. A place full of eccentric spirits, fierce competition, and wacky high-tech minigames.
It is here that 8 teams were welcomed, competed, and fought with every bone in their body in an intense competition.
These games tested their dexterity, knowledge, and most importantly, their teamwork.
We have only 2 teams left standing, squaring off for eternal glory as champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Noxsquad Gameshow Finals!
It's your 2 favorite voices north of the Rubicon, Dylan D
and Jimmy McGee. And right you are, the high ground appear to be crossing their own Rubicon.
We're entering our 2nd game in our season finale, where the high ground are 1 game up after taking the lead in high noon.
They swept Hot Problems 3 rounds to 0, displaying both their phenomenal bow skills and dodging abilities. It was quite the spectacular show, Dylan.
Indeed, Jimmy, they gave absolutely no mercy. Rightly so, as they were so eager to see this game on the Dome.
But the Hot Problems could bring it back, something that we've seen that they are very, very capable of.
All they need is the right game to break the high ground's winning streak.
And there's only one place in the factory that can be determined. It's the Decision Dome. Well, Dylan, that was a lovely trip out to the Wild West that we had.
Where's Rick?
Get down here.
Got a slow one.
Thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, but we're back in our home in the Dome. And it's time to pick game number 2 of the grand final.
Did we mention, by the way, it is the finals, Jimmy?
God, it's the finale. Can you just get something right?
I'm not sure if we did. Do you want to mention it some more, just to, you know...
Yes, I do! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finals. We're back in the Decision Dome for the final time in the finals with the final teams, and I think we did do this bit, Jimmy.
I'm getting a little bit deja vu of you saying all that.
I'd like to see if we can beat them at
I hope
bedtime.
we win these next 2 games.
Can we play bedtime?
I don't see any at bedtime, dude.
Bushler's already here, but he's in a yellow pipe for some reason.
I'd just say ignore it at this point, Jimmy.
It might be bedtime, actually.
You know, he never gets up to any trouble.
Nope,
No, it's not. What is it?
That one.
Wacky Pad.
But it is Wacky Pad that has been chosen. Sounds like a crazy old game, Dylan.
Indeed it does. It sounds violent, Jimmy. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, with a logo that has mallets in it, I imagine there's going to be some hitting.
Some hitting, and fingers crossed with the bush, he's going to do some hitting too. Or cosplaying?
He's trying to dress up as a member of the yellow team. Is he trying to join the team as well? Yeah, Nobe's giving an error saying, no more. We have 3, no more for you.
What? Oh. Who's gonna die?
That's right, and of course, Nobe is the most safe and secure.
Why
Billy,
am I?
you good over there? Or...
Why am I in here?
Why is Billy in there?
How is Oh, Billy's in there.
I'm
no.
quite happy with Bush on that.
Oh, I see.
And yet again, Bush has trespassed the systems.
I don't know how he does it, Jimmy.
Yo, are we not good enough for you?
I thought he'd been banned.
Oh yeah, he got banned ages ago. How did he even get back in? Messing with the systems again.
I have no idea.
Despicable behaviour.
Does that mean
Billy's-
Billy gets the kill with
Oh,
chicken?
Billy gets to shoot him.
Killed him! Come on, Billy.
I can't. Oh.
Honestly, Jimmy, honestly. And Billy now has to do his work for him.
He's not going to get very far as there is a barrier in front of him. He's putting some arrows onto the dial.
That's right, but of course we've got to keep it strictly to chickens.
That's true. Yeah, do that actually.
No murdering of me or Jimmy.
Now they're shooting us.
Or the other team. Billy?
He's shooting.
No.
Hot Problems is glad that they're behind a panel of glass. I think we should take the teams away already and switch round Billy and Bush while you're at it. Sort this mess out. Dylan, what are you wearing?
You said this would be wacky.
No, I said this game is Wacky Pad. Anyway, each team stands on their own pad that is surrounded by 4 goals.
Mobs will periodically spawn on the corner of their pads.
Players are armed with super knockback sticks to launch the mobs into the goals.
Each goal is worth 1 point. However, one of the 4 goals is slightly smaller. That one's worth double points.
That double goal will switch throughout the round.
When a mob is scored or is knocked off the side, the mobs will then fall on the other team's pad.
Be careful, mobs are armed with their own knockback.
If someone falls off of their pad or is knocked off by a mob or teammate, half of the mobs on the team's pad disappear, reducing their potential points.
The team that scores 100 points first will win,
So, you better have good aim.
because this is Wacky Pad.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wacky, it's Paddy, and it's... Gaddy? It's Wacky Pad.
I'm sure two of those words don't actually exist yet, Dylan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jimmy.
Yo, where they at? Where are they at?
I just put the blue Twitter tick right next to them, which means they're verified.
Well, if that's the level of wackiness we're going with in Wacky Pad, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, it's me.
Is that the bonus one?
High ground, one win up in this grand final.
Let one person get each mob.
If they win this one, they'll be one win away from that glorious trophy.
That's right, and who'd have thought it would come down to hitting random monsters with sticks?
So you guys have to be really precise with them.
Yeah.
Jeez, they missed a lot.
What a wacky idea, Dylan.
So wacky, Jimmy.
Don't just randomly hit them, Gum. We need it.
And of course, the high ground being dominant throughout this entire series, but they still have a 5-point advantage now within the first minute.
I've got 2 in the goal. You kidding me?
Bonus score. Oh, sorry,
Ah!
Billy, I knocked you off. That's my bad. Whoops.
Just asserting their dominance over here and utilizing that bonus goal to its full
Oh
advantage.
god, Rick's got insane. Big detriment to the
I
team.
don't think they can see anything past the zombies. There seems to be so many of them.
I mean, you look at high ground side, they're dealing with the monsters quite well. And cut back over to the hot problems and they're just swarmed. Look at that.
Oh, jeez, we're getting up a few points now.
Dude, you just went off. You just went off.
2 zombies and a spider all falling down on them.
That's right.
Ah!
We got
I
bonus
just
goal anywhere?
respawned and you hit me.
And of course, the way this game works is if the monsters end up in the goals, they end up on the other team's side.
Even if you miss, Dylan, it's going to land straight on your opponent's head. Not ideal, in my opinion, because I can't imagine a zombie dropping on my head and it being a nice experience.
I'm just saying. I'm apologizing for my poor performance today.
Gotta be precise here.
What are you talking about, Jimmy? It's clearly going to be a nice experience. Just think about it for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Why?
Oh, shh. But you got in the way.
I just have this thought of looking up, hearing a and then my head getting caved in by a zombie dropping about 100 feet on top of me.
Jimmy, that zombie sound was oddly like a zombie. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I think.
Okay. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy.
High ground now with a 10-point advantage.
And he's in.
All problems need to start whacking their mobs into that tiny bonus goal.
Oh my god.
Doing so much
Get
better
it.
than we are.
I own this bonus score.
They've got any chance of catching up at this stage.
That's right. They do seem to be very often going a tiny bit wide, which is particularly difficult with the bonus goal where it shrinks down by a couple of blocks.
And just as quick as the high ground had a 10-point advantage, they now have a 20-point advantage, Dylan.
Stop hitting me!
This game sure can change quickly.
It's that wacky.
Or it's that Paddy, Jimmy.
At least it's not Gaddy.
Oh my god, Abby, you bit me so many times!
Well, you walked into my way.
Oh, as Gum gets hit towards the goal himself by one of his teammates.
I do like the satisfying ding sound we get when
I
we
do,
score a
yeah,
point.
it's kind of nice, isn't it?
Don't score points for scoring yourself, unfortunately. Good idea from the Hot Problems nonetheless.
Indeed, as Hot Problem scored 2 more points.
No, I don't go for
I'm
bonus
going for
goals,
the-
actually.
The high ground are just still ahead by 18 points.
Try and take like more time.
Such a comfortable lead at the moment, Dylan. They can sit back, relax, drink some coffee. As Rick tries to score himself in the goal, he's not going to get any points for it because, I mean, do they need any more points at this stage, Dylan?
No, I mean technically, Jimmy, yes.
One opportunity.
What opportunity?
Would you seize the moment?
The skeletons are
guess.
the worst because they just do not move.
They do need more points, but not that many more points compared to the Hot Problems.
I got it.
God, how are they so good at this?
That's right, but we've said it before, Jimmy, and we'll say it again. The Hot Problems can always come back from a bad situation.
I'm gonna focus
I
on
can't
a
even
different
hit
hole.
them because there were so many.
Right you are, and as the high ground crossed the 70-point mark, Hot Problems only reach halfway, and starting to catch up a little bit. They're picking up the pace and trying to go for those bonus goals as Cash,
Our teamwork sucks.
once again, hitting your own teammates towards the goal isn't really helping. It's just...
This is the team that made it to the final two.
Yeah, how did we make it here?
It's just an inconvenience.
Haven't heard any dings in a while.
Indeed, and they seem to be hitting a lot more of their targets now they've realized the pressure is on.
Why do you even care? Well, I'm sorry, you look like you're a zombie.
Bing!
Oh my god, that's 2. We're close to victory.
The high ground only now need 20 more points. Still a 20-point lead as the Hot Problems get into the 60 mark.
Take more time to line it up.
As one of the high ground got blown up by a creeper. Not a position you really want to be in there.
I don't know, like the zombie thing, Jimmy. Getting, blown up by a creeper, just think about it for a second.
It sounds painful, Dylan.
Nice.
I accidentally hit you.
We're on
with-
90.
No, you're right, it does sound painful.
10 points now only required for the high ground to take it. Hot Problems really need to pick up the pace, but there's not a lot of mobs on the high ground side. Still a 20-point gap.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go until our computers just blow up.
There is still a 20-point gap, but the Hot Problems have just scored 5, 6, 7, 8 points in the last 5 seconds.
Just shoot in any hole that was in the bonus
Yeah, just
hole.
shoot it.
Could the comeback be on here in the last dying moments of this game? High ground are on 98. They only need 2 more. The Hot Problems seem to be picking
One
up the
more
pace. They're only 10 behind now. Oh, but just like that, the high ground whacked one into the double goal.
Mick, I'm gonna score you now.
And with 101 points, they win Wacky Pad.
It's gonna be 3-0.
That's right, the Hot Problems are now 2 games behind. But fingers crossed, with this 3rd game, they can take it all back and turn the tide of this competition. Let's see what both of the teams think. Over with Jerry.
Arrows
Yellow
nuts.
team,
I
bring
mean,
it on over
I was
here.
not competing for
Winners,
20
right?
seconds by standing on the edge.
Alright. You guys look like pincushions right now, but believe it or not, you are 1 win away from winning the Noxsquad Game Show. How are you guys feeling right now?
Thank you, because I can't count. Take it away.
I am so happy that we managed to pull that out.
No, you're not happy. That's a
Mitch, no, not happy games, just happy.
Yeah,
Mitch
happy,
had such a brilliant strategy of just going for that bonus goal while me and Rick just kind of tried. Rick kept hitting us off, but each
I
to their
actually
own.
had a protractor in hand, and I was sort of measuring the angles that I needed to put the mobs into the bonus goal, and it all worked out perfectly.
We were using quick math.
Did you find
yeah.
you struggled at all with this game at all? Trying to figure out that angle and getting the goals and the point?
I struggled really on the urge to hit Rick into one of the goals. That was my main struggle for the entire game. Other than that, there was a really spooky moment where they started catching up at the end,
Yeah.
and
It just felt like
really.
tons of mobs were dropping down, and it just kind of devolved from strategy to just hit the mobs
Yeah,
into
just
the
hit
hole.
everything.
Just go.
To put it simply, I'm sorry, I know it's finale, but it was a cluster. Like, it was a real. It was
Oh
ridiculous.
my god, Jesus, they are
I
gonna
did
bleep you
Not
so hard.
enjoy it at all.
He's shaking his head.
It was insane. You should have seen it. I mean, I got banged into every corner,
We know what's
every
getting cut.
direction.
What about
You
you,
should
Rick?
have seen it too. It was ridiculous. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I was also.
the things I've been through, the I've seen.
Oh my god, Rick, Mitch, stop it.
Alright, well, okay.
I can't do this
anyways,
anymore.
The other 2 of you, is there a game on the dome that you think is going to seal your deal here? You're 1 win away, so what's
Bedtime.
going to be the one?
Bedtime.
Bedtime.
We want to
Ooh.
win on bedtime.
Ooh, okay. That might cause a hot problem right there.
So just Rick that in. We already know the entire board is rigged, so
Okay.
just do that. Thanks,
Okay,
cheers, lads.
okay. I'll see what I can
I
do.
Well,
can't work under
Remember,
these
remember
conditions.
your family's still being held hostage. You won't see them again for this and that.
Oh,
I mean,
right,
bye.
I did forget.
While those two are being
Uh,
weird, I just want to say thank you for hosting this. This has been great fun. so
Thank
far.
you for not being.
Yawn out.
What was the game plan? Where do we think this went
We
wrong?
didn't have one. That's why we lost.
We didn't
We just
So-
went in.
won,
We just
dude?
went in like, let's hit mobs into goals.
So
And,
now that we know the source of your problem, how can we fix this?
not do it again.
Not letting
Happy
hit me into the goal. How are you feeling? Is there a few moments where you guys got a little overwhelmed there? How did you feel in that?
I was just having fun because I'm just happy I'm here at the finale, and I know it'd be cool to win a game because I don't want to be evac crew, but
You are on the
Yeah,
evac
we'll
too, that'd be funny.
I just wanna play bedtime.
I'll play bedtime.
Alright.
bedtime. I
There
don't
are
even care
6
if we lose
games
at
left
bedtime.
on
I just
the
want to play
dome.
it.
There are 6 games left on the dome. What's gonna get
Yeah.
you this win?
Bedtime!
Bedtime.
Bedtime.
I don't.
Bedtime,
I just wanna play bedtime. I don't care if we lose it.
Alright. Okay. Well, maybe it'll be bedtime, maybe it won't. We'll see how those chickens fall. But until then,
Thanks
we'll
for
see you in the
having us.
dome.
I
Yo,
guess.
clutch 3 wins, we about to see.
What a zany game!
Crazy.
Ludicrous!
Maybe even wacky?
Not the word I'd use.
It was a tight game early on, but then the high ground utilized the double scoring goal to eventually take a 20-point lead.
They had a bit more finesse on their pad, lining up the shots and avoiding being knocked off.
And yet, the Hop Problems like to make their matches interesting, so perhaps we're in for a remarkable comeback.
But we've seen stranger things happen before.
But if the high ground keep up this momentum that they've had since their first match, we might be in for a flawless tournament win.
Which means the next game could be the last.
We'll just have to see how the chickens fall next time. Until then, I'm Dylan D.
And I'm Jimmy McGee.
Thanks for watching.